What you guys, today we're taking a look at 5 new Windows 11 features you can try right now yourself to see what they're like. So first off, you're going to need to make sure you're on this build right here, Windows 11 version 25H2 operating system build 26300.8497. That's the version I'm on right here. You can join the Windows Insider program if you wish and download the ISO file. And once you've got the ISO file downloaded, you can install it onto a virtual machine and have a play with it and see some of the new features. The first one that's already been released, which I'll quickly show you here, which is pause updates. You'll be able to pause updates for 35 days at a time and then go back into the pause updates window and choose another 35 days. You can do this for indefinite amount of time. So if you want to pause for long periods, you can do. So I'm on the Insider program right here, and I'm just going to quickly go into experimental. And there's a bunch of new feature flags here which you can toggle on if you want to play around with them. No more using the Vive tool. You don't need to use that anymore. You can use this feature to basically enable all of the features that you want to test. Whereas before you had to download the Vive tool to be able to enable these features, but now you can just quickly enable these by toggling them on and restarting the system, and all these features will be available to you on this ISO. You can see I'm on a virtual machine right here. So first, let's start off with the first one, which I think is a pretty decent option for people that suffer with dry eye syndrome or blepharitis or have difficulty very bright screens. And let's face it, a lot of screens now are very, very bright indeed. So Screen Tint feature applies a color tint effect to the display to reduce your eye strain and improve viewing comfort. There's different colors right here for different scenarios. So you've got orange, you've got some sort of pink color, yellow and a blue, and also green. And there's also a gray here. You can also change the strength of it depending on what you want to do here. So you can also customize the actual colors if you want to right here and create your own colors. There's loads of them to choose from, and you can go right in and get real deep into changing what color you want, whether you want to use your hash code or if you want to use RGB or HSV. You can use them right here and set up your own colors and your own strength right here. And that is pretty much a really good feature, I think, personally, because I suffer with dry eye syndrome. So that is going to be a really decent feature rather than just using the night light, which was just an orange color. They've given you options for different colors. And this is great, especially at nighttime when you want to lower the screen's brightness. Next, we're going to take a look at personalizations. And inside here, we can change the taskbar. So now a big request from people was to be able to change the taskbar like you used to be able to have it on the left, on the right, up the top, or on the bottom. And now you can do that with this build. So when this is released to you in the future, you're going to be able to see something looking like this, which is a really nice layout. It's super simple. You don't need to worry about this left and center right here. This is the part here which we're looking at right here. On the left, it will put the taskbar on the left. So no more downloading third-party apps to do this. You can just do it right inside natively inside Windows 11. And this was another promise that Microsoft promised to make changes on. And a lot of people were skeptical, saying they're not going to do it. They're just all talk. And there you go. They have implemented it already. So for all those naysayers that say Microsoft aren't doing anything, they are doing it. They are working on things right now and making major changes to the operating system to keep their customers happy. And of course, some people will never be happy because they're Linux users, and that's just the way it is. But you can also change the size of the taskbar to make it smaller if you want to, and have the icon smaller as well, if that's what you want to do. Some people have requested that, and they've added that feature into the operating system as well. So next we're going to be taking a look at Magnifier. So they've improved Magnifier's quick setting access. Enabling this feature gives you more control over how your zoom in magnifier feature works. It's including the ability to enter an exact zoom percentage directly in the toolbar. Also, for more precise adjustments, you've got other settings in here which you can mess with. And I'll quickly show you right here. It looks something like this. You can see they've already upgraded the GUI interface of it as well. But if you read all the information right here, when you're having a play with it, it'll tell you exactly what they've done. So let's go through here and just quickly click next here and move on to the next section. So inside that little percentage box, you can change the percentage to whatever size you want to by just typing in the actual percentage rather than hitting the plus and minus. It's quite useful. So let's go ahead and click next and click done. And we'll take a quick look at some of the settings right here that you'll have if you toggle this on, if you use the magnifier tool, which I know some people with poor eyesight do use this tool. And of course, if you don't need this tool, then obviously you can leave it turned off. But if you do need it, it's right here to use. And it's much more easier to use. You can see we've got some settings here. We've got the speed right here. And we also have the voice. You can change the voice to 3 options there. And we also have the zoom increment right here. And I think one of the goals that Microsoft want to do is remove all of the old legacy GUI interface and bring it up to this, looking like Windows 11 should, with all the rounded corners and all looking uniform. So everything is the same rather than going from legacy interface to the modern day Windows 11 look. So I think they're trying to phase out the old look and bring it all up to what we see right here. And you can see that with remote desktop. When I toggle this on, you'll see the interface has had a change and a facelift is now looking as it should inside Windows 11 rather than having that old legacy look. So I think they've made a change right here. So it's probably going to take a bit of time to get the whole operating system looking all uniform and the same. So they will probably end up phasing out some of the older looking legacy windows that you're used to seeing. Now inside the Explorer window here, you'll see a little search icon right here. And this is because, and they've updated it to make it a lot easier to find your files, your folders, your apps and things like that, a lot more easier and more reliable. Whereas it was a bit unreliable before using this search box up here, but they have fixed a lot of that. And now you can find a lot of stuff a lot quicker using this search box. I never really used that search box up there because it wasn't that reliable, but now it's working correctly. It might be useful to use that sometimes rather than opening up the search box window. So it's just another option available to you. So also wanted to quickly talk about voice access. So voice access and voice typing has been upgraded. So fluent dictation is now available in Spanish and French for Windows insiders. It makes voice-based dictation smoother and smarter by automatically correcting your grammar and punctuation and filler words as you speak, reducing the need for manual editing after you've done your dictation. Microsoft have said the experience is powered by your on-device smart language modules, SLM for short, and it ensures your fast and private processing. You can try the fluid dictation from Windows Voice Access, as I've shown you right here, and it will allow you to just basically use your voice to do a lot of typing. So if you're one of these people that's not really good at spelling, or you just a bit lazy and want to lay back and just dictate, let Windows do all the hard work, it will. And you've got settings up right here as well to change your microphone. And there's lots of other stuff up here to like filter out profanity and other things like remove background noise as well. There's lots of other little features inside here that you can mess around with, and you can change your language as well. And the good thing is this has come on leaps and bounds over the years. It used to be pretty bad many years ago, but voice dictation is a real thing now, and it is super easy to use. You've only got to go to Google Docs and see how theirs works. It's super accurate and super fast. So if you've got a lot of typing to do and you're not a very fast typer, you can use voice dictation. It's very quick and easy. And if you're not going to use it, you can also turn it off as well. Just as you can see right here, you can see it's listening right now for my voice. And if I wanted to leave that on all the time, you can do. And if you're one of these people that's a poor sight and you want to type something out, you can do. And you can turn it off as well if you're not going to be using it. It's that simple. So a pretty useful little feature. And there's also been loads of other improvements as well. Like for the PowerShell, it now notifies you which version of PowerShell you're using up the top. You can see right here. They've also improved the reliability when switching between multiple desktops. And they've also improved reliability of your simple service discovery protocol, and loads of other things they've done as well. They've improved the sleep feature to make sure it wakes up out of a sleep when you put it to sleep. If you put your PC to sleep, then that should please you. And also they've also improved the DISM restore health feature as well, and plenty of other things they've done. But these are the main features that they've added to Windows. And regardless of what other people will say, it is a step in the right direction from Microsoft, and they are being true to their word where they're saying they're going to make changes to the operating system and fix it, and that's exactly what they're doing. Yes, you're always going to get the haters out there. Normally the Linux community brigade will turn up and do their hate campaign, and it's when they hate on a person that they don't even know, and they're cowards because they hide behind their pseudonym names and they don't ever come into a voice chat and talk to you. They will just hide and project their hate on you and other people around the internet, and it's getting a real big problem on YouTube. And what makes it even more ridiculous is it's just an operating system. Who cares what you're using, whether you're using Windows or Linux? No one cares, only you. And you're going about doing your hateful campaign every single day. How sad is that? You should be ashamed of yourself. But anyway, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm going to be starting to just block these people now because it's becoming a real problem and it's not good for my health. And these people wouldn't say anything to anyone in public. They just love doing this sort of stuff on the internet because they can hide behind their fake names. And YouTube need to start finding these people and prosecuting them and make them accountable for some of the stuff they type on the internet. Now, I'm sorry to bring it down on the end of the video, but it needed to be said because at the end of the day, things are getting out of hand. And no matter how thick-skinned you are, eventually some of this stuff does seep through and it does affect you mentally and it does affect your health. So anyway, with that said, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you ever want to speak about anything or you've got something on your chest, pop over to the Discord server and there's a voice chat there. You can have a chat with me instead of leaving some hateful comment or some snarky comment in the comment section. Anyway, but that said, a big shout out to my YouTube members. I do appreciate the support. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Watch out for that sun. It's going to be pretty hot today. Have a couple of cold beers for me and I'll catch you in the very next video. Bye for now.